My husband has brought me a bunch of sycamore leaves to print with. I'm very excited about it. So I'm gonna roll a few up. Oh, I can only like roll up one because everything's still in the steaming. Well, when those are done and I unroll them, then I can do these. Dang it. Okay, for the sycamore test, I have some oak gall tannin cotton that I'm going to put some iron dye blankets over. And then I will also do the same with some silk, and I will also roll up some silk with no anything, just to see if the sycamore leaves themselves do anything. So we'll get a little sycamore leaf test here today and see how it goes. Welcome to our micro mini iron dye blankets onto various substances with sycamore experiment. That's not a mouthful. I'm trying to figure out which one is the silk one, because I'd like to open that one last, because I have a feeling it will be beautiful. Okay, I'm going to unroll these in speed form. Okay, kind of as we've seen before, even with oak gall tannins, depending on the fabric, it does not like to print. So some of these fancy cottons just don't love this process, and that's okay. We won't ask more of them. But we did get a couple cool prints that could be used as little squares of something. And this one has a couple nice ones on it. All right, I'm going to speed unwrap our very first ever silk iron dye blanket experiment. Well, that was certainly a way to get a very crispy print. And whatever hellish mix of tannins and iron and oak gall that was in this thing's dye blanket created miracles. So I'm glad I didn't wash that very well, because it did some really pretty stuff whilst not being washed. So yet another dye blanket that I have to keep now because it made itself too pretty to be given up. But I will get these all laundered and we will take a look at them when they are dry. So exciting. Look how pretty. Ooh. So nice. Alrighty, to review our sycamore, we learned that despite having oak gall tannin as a mordant, that doesn't mean that all of the fancy cottons will take the prints. Most of them don't like it. The Kaufman muslins tolerate it and make cool prints. These ones don't seem to like it very much. I think these are the Kona cottons. They don't like this process. You'll notice that they're all chopped off at the corners to match. So these ones did not like that very much. There's a couple cool leaves, but they're very ghostly, so I might just return these into becoming dye blankets for other prints. But that is Sycamore Test 1. Now the other Sycamore print we did was our first print onto the silk noir fabric with an iron dye blanket. And it came out this beautiful, like soft, kind of pinky purple, but where you can see here, where there was more iron embedded in the dyeing blanket, that it got a better edge on its print. Here's another one up here that's pretty nice. Let me flatten this out a little. Yeah, you can see up here where you got more definition and like drop shadow on them. And that can come from not having a thick enough dye blanket. So what I can do is I can take some of the 100% cotton quilt batting and I can use that and pre-soak it first in water and then soak it in iron. Otherwise it will not be able to uptake it as well. And then you would soak it in the iron water. But then you would get much deeper coloration like this in between your prints. So I think we'll try that and make some dye blankets out of some discarded batting I have from another Sashiko project I was working on. But I'm super happy with how this beautiful Sycamore print came out on the silk, and I think we'll do more adventures with it in the future. I really appreciate you coming along this journey and yet another experiment with me. I'd be so grateful if you'd let me know what your favorite print was, and if you were new to me, I hope that I have earned your subscribe or like today. Thank you so much, and thank you for coming on these experiment vlogs with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!